as well, so you can interact with them.
Okay, sure.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Meanwhile, sir, in 2 minutes, we will be starting, sir.
Absolutely.
So our MCs are yet to join. They will join and we will start.
Sure, absolutely. No problem.
Yeah, Sahiti, in a minute, should we start?
Yes. Am I visible? Is it fine? Because my PG Wi-Fi is like bad.
Yes. Now you're audible, Sahiti.
Also, check check the script and check your WhatsApp just once.
Yeah, Sahiti, I did that, and also we are live right now, so I guess we can start it off.
Are you okay with what I said? Is that fine? Then I'll go ahead with it. That's it.
Yes, yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Hi, Shahiti. I don't know whether you heard Sahas. He said, okay to start. This is Partha here.
Sorry about that. Okay. Good evening,
Yeah,
sir.
so
Good evening, everybody.
Good
I
evening,
hope you guys
Sahiti.
have a
Good evening, everyone.
great day. What?
Good evening. Am I audible now, or is it still not audible?
Perfectly audible.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope you guys had a great day. I know it's a Sunday, and session on Sunday generally seems boring, but I'm sure this is not boring, and it's very interesting. Trust me on that. Also, let's just get on with this. Okay. The key is not spending time, but in investing it. This is a quote by Stephen R. Covey. And with that thought, I would like to wish all of you a very good evening to one and all present here. And on behalf of Checked It, Sahiti, and Saharsh, we're here to welcome you to the 7th day of Checked It, its first ever international research consortium, the world's first approach towards exponential growth. Am I audible? I think my Wi-Fi is glitchy. Yeah, sorry about that. It's a bad Wi-Fi day. Okay. The future of research awaits us, and so do the unexplored horizons. The flame, the curiosity to keep going on, to uncover new secrets of the world must always go on. We're here today to find out what we can contribute more to the world of research. We're here to create a vision for tomorrow that one could have only dreamt of. Dreams of reaching the sky is good, but the path is difficult. And every success we achieve is sweet, but every failure we face should be taken even more sweetly. And here on the stage, you're free to question anything you want, since it's not the answer that enlightens us, but it's the question which shows us our enthusiasm. And this consortium will give you the code to open the doors behind which lies an ocean of opportunities that you can never get enough of.
So let's start the process of learning right away. Without wasting any other time of your precious time schedules, the consortium is brought to you in collaboration with ACM LNM IIT Jaipur, Heartfulness Organization, BMSCE College of Engineering, Bangalore, eSail IIT Mandi, IEEE BMSCE, Code Chef, Microsoft Innovations Club, Music Club, Dance Club, Dramatics Club, VIT Chennai, Escalenta, Ojasvi LPU, and Affinity Branding, along with our amazing sponsors, Verivo Motors and EduCheck. CheckDit brings to you yet another magnificent opportunity to traverse the professional world, its mega internship program, where talented young individuals who thrive to being revolutionary in society can be an integral part of it. Upon completion of their internship period, CheckDit has provided safe and fun learning and working experience with thousands of courses to enable team members to realize their full potential. Exceptional candidates also secure a glorious letter of recommendation and certificate of completion. You can find out more details on our website or link in the chat box.
Also, note participants that the participation certificates will only be issued if you have attended at least 10 hours of the session in the consortium. So kindly fill in the feedback form for the same at the end of each session, and also the feedback form link will be put up in the chat box.
Now, without any further ado, please allow me to invite and introduce our esteemed speaker for this particular session, Mr. Parthasarthy. He is an experienced RT professional with nearly 3 decades of professional experience across geographies and various automotive manufacturing organizations heading the IT function. He's certified cloud solution architect and an expert in areas like predictive analytics, blockchain, ERP transformation, and domain expertise specialization in supply chain processes. Partha sir has led several global ERP projects and created innovative solutions in the space of analytics and blockchain. He's currently working as a senior consultant and architect at Wipro Limited. We are extremely thrilled to have you, sir, here. So please, the floor is all open for you. Please take it ahead.
Thank you, Saharsh and Sahiti, for that nice introduction.
So you're not audible.
Your voice is very feeble.
Yeah.
That's the issue I have with always with Zoom. So is it okay?
We cannot hear you, sir.
You're not audible, sir.
Not audible.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Not yet, sir.
Now is it okay?
Better, yes.
Okay. Cool. So thank you, Saharsh, for this nice introduction, and thank you, Sahiti, for that great, starting and that quote that you had on Covey. So we're going to touch Covey anyway, Stephen Covey today, the time management, because without Covey, we will not have anything on the management and the principles. So thank you so much for that introduction. So can I understand how many people are in this forum? So before I get started, do you know number of attendees in this class, in this session? Saharsh?
Sir, there will be more than 100.
Okay.
However, exactly count we will get immediately after the session gets over.
No problem. No, I just wanted to get a sense of whom I am interacting and how many people I am interacting. So yeah, so Shahiti, as you rightly said, it's a Sunday, and that too is Sunday evening, and I am actually inspired because on a Sunday evening you wanted to hear something about time management, and that itself shows your commitment and interest. So I think that's all it actually requires to get started. So without any further delay, let's get started with the session. So I do have a couple of slides. Let me start sharing, and let me know once you're able to see my screen. Can you see my screen? Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool, thank you. Okay, so in this session, we're going to talk about time management. Let's take around 45 minutes or maximum 50 minutes because it was scheduled for an hour and we're already delayed by 15 minutes. So let's see how it goes. Okay. So, even before going to the time management, how many of you would have gone through this, at least once in your life? I think all of us will agree that we all have stress, right? And where does that stress come from? Because of all your, responsibilities where you are unable to complete on time, and that creates headache and a lot of responsibilities that you are unable to finish, and the task that you are assigned that you are unable to complete, or you are unable to prepare for your exams, in the last minute rush, you go through that. So that actually gives a lot of stress, and you are actually, what actually drives you here is a little unpreparedness, right? So how do I prepare, and how do I reduce my stress? And that is what all about time management. Okay. Now, when we talk about time management, we thought we would actually dream of a world where we could have everything stress free, and we are completely at freedom, and then we are enjoying. So sometimes we may feel that the dreams are wiser than in the waking state, right? Because we get nice dreams, and probably we could dream of something that we complete within that time, whatever time we sleep, 2 hours, 3 hours, that dream comes for 2 minutes, and but in the 2 minutes itself, you would have flown to the sky and reached the moon, and all that is possible. So how do I do that in the real lifetime? Is it really possible? So that's what we're going to talk about. I don't know whether we'll be able to reach moon, but we'll see how we are going through, right? So what is exactly time management? Can somebody say about how do I manage time? When I say time management, you are completely in control about time, meaning when I do this, right, everything is fast. The whole world is fast. You are playing like a statue game. Statue, everything is statue, but I am not statue. I can do whatever I want in the available time that I have, right? Somebody is saying something and I couldn't understand that.
I think it was just a glitch. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So can you dream of such life? Only avatars like Lord Krishna, where we see in the movie, or some where you have the time machines where you can go into the past and do all that. That is possible. But is it something possible? Is it what we call it as time management? Managing the time completely, on everything is in my hands. That means when I say, no, don't move, I only wanted to act and I will have to complete all this until that time, next minute is not passed. Can I say that? No, it is not possible at all, because time is time and we only have 24 hours in the day. And even though if you're sleeping, dreaming, not waking up, or doing something nonsense or great, whatever it is, time doesn't bother. It's actually going, right? So then what exactly is time management? Can somebody say a few words about what you think is a time management? At least in a chat window. Let me see if there are any responses.
So maybe managing ourselves with respect to time, if that sounds so.
Excellent. Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear about. Right. So
I think time management is pretty much working yourself to the best you can. Like, you can plan out a day, you can put in 20 things, but even if you can accomplish around 15 things in that day, I think you're excellent. You're excelled in time management.
Good, great response. Yeah. Setting your priorities and plan your day accordingly. Wow, Skanda, you're already there. Excellent. Anyone else? Any other response before I move forward? One more. No, you don't know to take a chance? Okay. I think let's proceed. right?
Sir, we have an comment by Skanda. He's
Yeah, I
saying
saw that.
setting your priorities and plan your day accordingly.
Yeah, I saw that. I said, he's already there. And that's a great response. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. It is my ability to use my time effectively in order to accomplish the task that I have or I scheduled in marching towards my goal. Can you see how many mice are here? It's all mine. It's my responsibility to plan everything in advance, and it is my ability to accomplish whatever the task that I have listed, and it has to be effectively done within the time whatever I have. As I said, in 24 hours I may have 8 hours, 10 hours, apart from my sleeping time, eating time, class time, all that. So I have to effectively manage that. But why we have to do that? It has to be done in accordance to march towards my goal. So it's all about mine, it's not anything else, right? So, and it also means this, it's the difference between being busy and being productive. What is busy? I am busy, boss. I don't have any time. People saying that, hey, I don't have time at all. I am too busy. Okay, what are you exactly doing? Yeah, I am chatting. I am, watching movies. I'm doing this, that. But are you actually being productive? Meaning, are you achieving something? No, right? So I can't very clearly say. So when I say productive, I have a plan in place, first of all, and then I am able to achieve that. And that is my focus in achieving that. So this is the clear difference, team, right? So how you are able to be productive and manage things to get done in order to achieve your goals. So that is exactly the primary point that we're going to talk about. Now, so the summary here is the real time management is a mental game, right? Mental game in the sense I have a focus in my mind saying that, okay, I wanted to achieve something today and I will achieve, right? First of all, I fix my mind and I have a strong will in order to achieve that. So that's where it all starts, right? Time management, you cannot say, okay, I tomorrow will see something. You can't set aside things. You should first have a fixed goal in mind, and then you have a focus, and then you actually have fixed that. According to your will, you will be able to do that. So that's why I appreciated even before I starting this, saying that all you guys are amazing. On a Sunday evening, you are spending some time in order to learn something. Hats off to you guys, and that's where it all starts, right? That's what I wanted to appreciate. Now, the second statement there. So if you have a deep interest in something, and if you have a craving for achieving that, and if you put all your love and efforts towards that, then you are already there. So this is what is all required, right? Now let's go to Stephen Covey, right? So as I said, Dr. Stephen Covey is a management guru, right? Without him, there are no management classes or the personality development classes that we can say. So he has written this book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he talks a lot about how he has done a lot of research on several people who are very, very successful and very, very effective in their life. They have achieved something great. And then he has actually done research in terms of saying that, okay, how they are successful, what do they do differently, between the common ordinary people like you and me and them. So what is the difference? So he analyzed that, and then he wrote this book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So I am taking only one piece of that here, related to time management. So what he talks about is there are 3 circles, right? The first circle is circle of concern, where you cannot do anything about it. It's all related to everything around you, the weather, the regrets that you've done something, or people dying, there are diseases coming, and the economy, you are unable to see what it is, and the terrorism. Yeah, so there are so many bad things happen because of terrorism, all that. And especially the way I look, meaning color of my skin or the shape of me. Don't go to that song, The Shape of Me, but the shape of me and the way I look. These are all the things. It's a circle of concern, but you will not be able to do anything with that, right? Agreed? Yeah. So the other circle is the circle of influence, where you pay attention. In order to say, I will say it better, saying that how do I interact with others, how productive I am at work or I am at my college, and how much do I exercise regularly, right? And how I prepare for the emergencies. So these are all the circle of influence, meaning I can do something about it. So where does the control comes, and how you will be able to control, who you will be able to control? That is me, myself, I. It all starts there, right? So that is what Stephen Covey says. Even before if you wanted to do something, you see what you can control, right? And this I can tell in different words as well. In computer studies, you would have heard constant, right? And a variable, right? Constant is the one, it stays constant forever. It doesn't change. But variable is the one where you can fix different values at different times. So if you look at from that perspective, if you see people around you, they have different values, different attitudes, and the way they interact with you is different. You cannot change them. You cannot change them, right? So take them as the constant. So that constant is there. What you can change is the variable, the value that you have. So you attach your own value and interact, then you will have a better interaction. So that's what is my version of this now, right? So this is what he's talking about, the circle of concern, circle of influence, and all that. Now, how do I improve? So we can talk about, 4 different things. I wanted to give you as a tips in order to prepare for that. So we all agree that only 24 hours are there. And so you need to develop your skills in terms of focusing attention. So the first thing is, even before moving forward, right? I am here. I wanted to take a step, next step. Where do I take a step? What do I wanted to achieve in my life? So the first and foremost thing is to set your goal, right? You need to see something as your vision, ambition, goal, right? And you need to determine that first, saying, okay, this is the ultimate goal in my life that I wanted to achieve. Then look back. Okay, I wanted to go there. That's my goal. And where do I stand? I'm standing here. And what is the gap? What do I need to achieve? What do I need to do? Right? So you actually take all the requirements in order to understand the requirements to reach the goal. Right? So that's where it all starts. Then, if you know your goal and if you pay your attention and the focus is there, the energy flows. You can see that, in your own world, if you are paying too much of focus on a particular thing, you don't know what time you are working, whether you ate or not, whether you're hungry or not, whether your mom is calling or not, or whether your girlfriend or boyfriend is calling or not. You will be paying attention to that particular work. So that's exactly the one that we need to see. If I am focused on my work, and my entire energy is flowing towards that, and I am able to achieve that in a greater sense, right? So setting direction is the first and foremost thing that we need to do. Without that, without any purpose, I will not be able to make any one step ahead, right? So that's the first thing. So initially, even before you start anything, you first determine what is your ultimate goal, what you want to become, and set this as a statement and put it on your, dashboard, or put it on your computer, put it on your desk, saying that, hey, tomorrow or 10 years down the line or 30 years down the line, I will be a successful businessman. I will be a successful doctor. I will be successful something, right? So you have to create that statement and have it always visible to you. And that actually tells you. So that's where Dr. Kalam, right? I am a great follower of Dr. Abdul Kalam. And that's where he says that the dream is not something that comes when you sleep, right? It is something that doesn't allow you to sleep, right? That the dream is something that doesn't allow you to sleep. That means you are always, having a dream of achieving something, and that actually creating restless nights in terms of, okay, have I achieved something today? Have I gone forward to achieving something towards my goal, right? So that's what is the dream that he's talking about. So having a goal is ultimate important thing, right? And that's where this comes, right? So in our vision, we may be seeing only a short distance, but you need to have a long, vision in place, saying that, okay, I wanted to be, in 30 years down the line or 20 years down the line, this is what I wanted to pick up. And for that, you need to achieve something on that. So there are a lot needs to be done when you have a long-term vision, long-term goal in place. So that's what is this talking about. Now, the second is that, okay, I have a long-term goal, right? But how do I go forward? That's where, you need to actually break this up and have short-term goals. And so, most of the stress is coming because you are thinking too many things at the same time, right? So if you break that up, break that goal up, into multiple pieces as short-term goals. Okay, in a week from now, in a month from now, or next quarter, I want to achieve this, and for that I have to do this. So if you are able to, break that into multiple pieces, then you will be able to do it better, right? And you will be able to reduce your stress as well. And you need to identify the next steps, according to that, in order to reach that goal. And I don't know whether you heard about the SMART goals. SMART stands for this: specific, measurable, achievable, right? And time bound, right? So you can read there. So what does it mean? So I have given an example here, meaning, if I'm overweight, I'm bothered about my weight. So I will have a statement like this, saying that I will reduce my weight by 15 kgs within 6 months. So is it time bound? Yes, 6 months. And is it measurable? Yes, 15 kgs. And is it specific? Yes, it's talking about my weight, right? So, and is it achievable? Yes, if I do whatever is required in order to do the exercise and the dieting, etc., yes, I will be able to achieve that. So this is what is called SMART goals. And I'm sure all of you, when you become professional, all your organizations will require to set this SMART goals as well. So start early. So this is what I wanted to share with you now as the second input and tips. Yeah, but having said that, we should not be staying stagnant at one place. We should keep moving, right? So if you're unable to run, then walk. If you're unable to walk, then crawl, right? So that's what it's talking about. So you should keep moving into that direction. This statement comes from Martin Luther King, right? So this is one of the other statement that is associated with that. Now comes the third one. This is where I'm going to take help of Dr. Kavi as well, right? So which is called determining priorities. Prioritize your work. How do I prioritize? With clear direction and eliminating all that unnecessary things, right? That's where you need to be setting it up. And most importantly, you should say, learn to say no, because your friends may be calling saying that, hey, come, let's do this and let's do that, let's go for a party, movie, something like that. But if that is actually distracting in order to move forward towards your goal, you should say no. Hey, no, yeah, not this time, maybe later, right? So you try to learn, but most of our people, what we do is, right, whenever somebody is saying yes, we will also say yes. And somebody, if you wanted to achieve something, somebody has given you a task, even without realizing that what is required in order to achieve that, you may say yes. But if you determine that And if you are not having capability, or if you need some more time, you should say, no, I need some more time, right? So that's what it's saying. Learn to say no. So that's important thing. Now, let's take the help of Dr. Kavi, right? So in his book, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, let me take a pause. Am I still audible? Are you all following? Sahash or Sahiti, can you confirm?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
you are
cool.
audible and we are following.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so now Dr. Kavi, right? In his book, he's talking about this as a step. How do I prioritize? So he has put this 4 quadrants, right? The first quadrant is urgent and important. The second is not urgent but important. The third quadrant is urgent but it is unimportant. It is not at all important. And the fourth is not urgent, not important. And what are these, right? So the urgent, important, the first quadrant always talks about a need to react, right? So there is an urgent situation, there is a fire in the house, right? You need to react. I can't say that, okay, I will allocate some time later in the day and then I will attend to that. I can't say that, right? And there is an exam tomorrow, I need to prepare for that. So these are all the things that goes in there. And we will also talk about it. So that's what he's talking about. There are pressing problems, there are deadlines that you need to achieve, there is a crisis, there are exams that goes in there in the first quadrant. The second quadrant, not important, important, but not urgent, right? That's where you put some quality time in order to prepare for the future, plan for the future, prepare yourself, and do certain things to upscale yourself, upskill yourself, right? So all that is there comes in the second quadrant. And the distractions, yeah, I already talked about, all that social media, movies, interruptions, phone calls, chit-chatting, some meetings where you are not contributing anything, but you are invited and staying there, right? So those are the distractions. Time wasters, obviously, all that you can see that, it is actually not helping you, to achieve any of your goals. It is all time wasters. Phone calls, movies, TV, shows, media, all that. So now I wanted a response from the audience. Tell me how much of a percentage today you are spending on these quadrants. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Any responses? Let me see what is there. Your responses. What is the percentage of time in a day that you are spending on each of these quadrants? Urgent and important, not urgent and important, right? Urgent but not important, and urgent, not important. Honestly, you'll have to say, give your responses. Okay, first quadrant 20%, second quadrant 40%, third 20%, fourth 20%. Yeah, okay, good. So you see that, you are already wasting your time, 20%, my friend Omkar, right? So, this is based on what you are seeing, per Dr. Kavi, based on his response. And you are already distracted by 20% on all these. And where are you actually spending your time? Okay, good, 40% on the second quadrant. Yeah. Okay, any other response? One more. Honestly, you need to say this from your heart. Yes, I am spending this much time. Then only, first I need to accept where I am. I already told you, right? There is a goal, the long-term goal, wish that I have, the dream that I have. I need to know where I stand, right? Today I stand here. So Omkar is honest. He has already given. Yeah, I am wasting 20% time. Where does sleep come? Okay, cool. Very good question. Yes, absolutely. Sleep is very, very basic, necessary, and very, very important, right? And how much of sleep hours are required in a day? 8 hours maximum, people say. And can somebody say, you extract that time, my friend, okay? In 24 hours, extract that 8 hours. I'm not asking you to stay always away and do your work. Then, you will become crazy. You will be more stressful. No, don't do that. Sleep is important. In sleep, you get more and more inspiration towards your goal. How do I achieve my dream, etc. So that's where it comes. So sleep is important, right? Sleep, you keep that sleep time away and then think about all this. Yeah. Okay, I think, it's time. Now let's move forward, right? So no other responses. Thanks to Omkar for, giving that response. Now, okay. So what Dr. Kavi says, in order to achieve, so if you are not, prioritizing your work, and these are all the impact. You could see you are stressed, you are burnt out, you are in crisis, firefighting mode, all that we saw in the first slide, right? That's where it is. And if you don't do any activities in the second quadrant, you are unbalanced. You are completely affected, and you don't have a vision, and you are not planning, right? So you are not disciplined. So if you spend more time there, it's completely opposite. You are completely planned, you have a vision, you are completely balanced, you have a discipline, you have complete empowerment for yourself, and then go forward, right? And this is what it is. You are irresponsible if you spend more time on the fourth quadrant, time wasters, because it's not going to help you anyway. And you will be called your inability, that you are not able to retain whatever the job associated with that, because you are not spending quality time on what you wanted to achieve, right? So this is what Dr. Kavi says. That's for you to read. Okay. Now, for Dr. Kavi, he says this is the best allocated time. My friends, here, please pay attention. This is what you should be spending your time. Keep that sleep time away, keep that, your eating time away, all that. But when you are at work, when you are studying, when you have some time where, you need to work, where you need to exercise, where you need to study, where you need to work, where you need to complete some projects, or where you need to upskill yourself, you need to spend time here. So what Dr. Kavi says, the highly effective people spend their time on quadrant 2, which is not at all important now, but not at all urgent now, but it is very, very important for my future. And that's where I spend my time. So 65% to 80% of my time should be spent on quadrant 2, right? That's where I spend most of my time, in planning, in preparing, in educating myself, and learning more things like what you are doing now, right? And then, of course, the 20 to 25% time you cannot do anything because it's urgent. Something has to be done. You always need to fix it. You cannot delay it, right? So that always comes. And look at the time wasters. That is where we are spending most of the time right now, right? All that you saw on the previous slide. That's where we are spending more time. So the highly effective people are spending less than 1% of the time on the time wasters. You need to keep that in mind. That's why I'm giving more stress to that particular quadrant. It's very important, friends. Here, you need to reduce the time wasters drastically, right? And that's when you will be able to do better. And distractions, say no to that. Say no to time wasters. Then you will be able to achieve that. Okay. Having learned that from Dr. Kavi, how do I practice? How do I do? Right. So I do have 15 minutes more. Right. So let's see. Okay. This 21. Can somebody tell me what does that mean? Anytime more than 8 hours will come to fourth quadrant. I'm unable to understand what you mean from there. Anytime more than 8 hours will come to fourth quadrant. Okay, so let's pause there. But it takes 21 days to get into a habit. Wow, excellent. Is that still Omkar? Okay, great. Omkar, I think you are already there, man. So absolutely team, 21 days. People have done a lot of research and said, okay, if I need to get something into my habit, I need to carefully follow, right, what I need to do for 21 days successfully, continuously, paying full focus and attention to that. Then it becomes my habit. But tell me how much time it requires to lose a habit? Not even a minute. If I don't focus and I say that, okay, I am a little lazy today, I don't want to do, gone, you are gone, right? So you will not be able to, so just one distraction is enough. Absolutely. If you pay little attention to that, less attention to what you wanted to do, then you are for example, if I make a commitment saying that, okay, I wanted to do a regular jogging for 10 kilometers every day, right? And I start that in one day, after the third day, if I say that, okay, today I'm feeling little boring, I don't want to wake it up, I don't want to go, then you are gone. That's it. You will not be able to, right? So you will have to practice that 21 days to become a habit, but you will have to follow that on every next day so that it will become more successful. Now there is another way, right? There is another way that people talking about. I don't know whether you heard this terminology called time boxing. Time boxing. This is another methodology. There are highly effective people who are following it. Okay, so let us see a video instead of me talking all the way. So I wanted to take some help from a video, to make you a little more interesting for this session. So before I go there, I wanted to talk about this person. How many of you know him? Elon Musk. And this time boxing is effectively followed by, cool. Omkar, great, man. So Elon Musk, he is a very, very successful entrepreneur, business magnate, and he's a number one billionaire. I don't know, he's the wealthiest person. And apart from all that, he is known as a best innovator, right? He started SpaceX, where he is going to take us to the moon or something like that, or the sky as a tour, right? We talked about in the first few minutes of going to moon, but yeah, he's going to actually help us. He has already started that mission, and he has a space tech company where he is going to make that as a tourism, as a business. And Tesla, electric company that he owns, and the Boring company. This is another interesting thing that he is starting that as a hyperloop, where you will be able to transport between one city to other city in few minutes, right? So with the help of that hyperloop technology. So he's known for many others, right? So you could look at the number he is worth, 243 billion. My God. Okay, so keep that there, right? So this is the guy you can see, busiest person in the world. And apart from that, he also has a family, 5 children, right? And he spends quality time with them, enjoying them. Right now, go back to the video and see and hear from him, and understand what does we can understand from him.
His time on design and engineering, despite what most people might think. I think a lot of people.
Can you hear the audio? Team? Saharsh, Saiti, can you confirm? Can you hear the audio? Omkar?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
No,
The
Yes, sir.
videos are audible. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's listen.
I think I must have
Sir, the audio is not actually coming up. So,
Is it not coming?
no, sir.
Um,
Sir, I guess you will have to reshare. And when you are sharing, there will be one checkbox in the upper left corner. Switch it on. It will tell you that optimize the well, so that audio sharing will be enabled. So you will have to stop sharing and then reshare it again.
okay, I think I stopped sharing. And when I reshare, what do I do? Advanced option, is it?
Or sir, if you could share the link, someone else could present.
Okay, yeah. One second, let me try again.
Sir, you are not all actually. However, sir, we can still continue because there are subtitles with which we can relate to.
Okay, cool.
And so your voice is very feeble. So if you can again look into that.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, sir. Much better now.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
But what we do know about is the method that he uses to keep his schedule organized and to plan out his day. Musk actually plans his day in 5-minute increments and has everything pre-planned in advance. This it's actually
Okay. So I hope you are able to follow that video and share that.
Sir, you are not audible.
Better now? Is it better now?
Yes. It is audible now.
So always I have this problem with Zoom, for some reason. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. And yeah, so we were talking about time boxing. So, hope you understand. So time boxing is nothing but, boxing your time, in period of intervals like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and, scheduling that. And Elon Musk does that for 5 minutes intervals. 5 minutes I'll spend there on this, 5 minutes, next 5 minutes I'll spend on that, like that. So he's amazing. He has so many things to do, but, we are all small folks and, but we also need to do something similar to that, not in 5 minutes intervals, but maybe 1 hour, 2 hour, next hour, something like that we can plan. So it all starts here. You need to start now, do now, act now, right? So the time is always moving. You cannot have control on the time, but you will be able to control on yourself. So start doing that now, right? So if you wanted to see any change, you be the change, right? So that's Gandhi statement. Now, the fourth and final tip is track your progress, because anything untracked, you will not be able to progress, right? So having a goal, having a short-term goal, having a smart goal, and pasting onto your desk and moving towards that and prioritizing your day in order to achieve that, all is important. At the same time, you also need to track it, saying that yes, I will observe my work and compare whether I achieved or not, how many I was able to do, what is in my backlog, what I couldn't achieve, which goes into the next day. I need to be focusing on that. So I should be able to clear my task, what I have, scheduled for that day to be completed on the same day. So you need to be an auditor of your own work. Nobody can do that. You cannot ask your mom or dad, your friends, saying that, hey, keep an eye on me, whether I complete the task. And they will not be able to influence anything on you. It is you alone. It is me alone. I can audit myself and I can focus on my things, whether I achieved or not, and I pay more attention next day, and I will be able to complete on that. So any day, you should be able to ask this question: did I achieve something today to move towards my goal or not? So if I don't do anything in order to achieve my goal, then I lost the day, right? So that is effectively the time management, folks, that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, so this is another great statement. As I said, you determine your goal, write it, right? Write it, put it on your desk. It should always be there, visible to you, so that you see that, okay, this is my ultimate goal. These are my short-term goals, and this is my short, smart goal, where I say that, yes, I will reduce my weight by 15 kg, 10 kg, 5 kg, whatever it is, in 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is, right? So you write it and then see that every day morning, and then act according to that. So if it is not written, you'll be forgetting that. So that's the statement. And finally, I wanted to conclude that session with this, saying that it all starts with your heart. So as I said in the first slide, it is the real time management is a mental game. If you have a complete will and focus onto it with respect to what you wanted to achieve, and have a deep interest in your goal and crave for that goal to achieve, you have a determination and craving for achieving that goal, and you love it, saying that, yes, I love that particular goal, I wanted to achieve it, right? From my bottom of my heart, and put efforts, then you will be successful. So with that, thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope it was interesting, useful, informative, and happy to meet you all, and thank you so much. Any questions before we close?
Guys, any questions, please put in the chat box, or you can unmute.
Maybe Sahiti, in interest of time, let's move ahead, and we will be sharing all the questions what we have in an email to sir.
Fair enough. That works as well. And so with this, we come to a conclusion of the evening. Sir, your speech was very relatable because I know I cannot manage time. So it was very relatable for me. And also that was lovely, sir, absolutely. I'm sure everybody thoroughly enjoyed it and it was extremely relatable to everybody also. So thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights and for your time.
Thank you, and
And-
stay blessed and stay healthy. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
And now for the word of thanks, I would like to call on Saharsh. Saharsh?
Thank you, Sahiti. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. It was an amazing session, and definitely not only Sahiti, but I could see everyone who was attending this particular session could relate that, yeah, this is something where we are lagging and this is something we need to work upon. So extremely thankful to you, sir, and your contribution towards this International Research Consortium. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and being our speaker. I will request my team to please present a memento of gratitude, a token of gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Parthasarthy, for his amazing and valuable insights on time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Saharsh, for organizing this, and thanks, Sahiti, for anchoring this. Thanks to the BMS management.
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
So your voice is
I'm
not
audible
audible.
now. Is it audible now, Sahiti?
Saharsh, you're audible. He's not audible. Sir's not
Okay,
audible.
sir, please accept our heartfelt token of gratitude for your amazing session. Thank you once again, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very
And,
much for the session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, thank you very much, sir. People, stay tuned with us because our next session is going to be even